Hello, welcome to another Python tutorial for Geospatial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a new website, PyCafe, to build and share interactive web app very easily. And so PyCafe was released yesterday. It's called pre-release, and it was developed by the developers of Solara. So Solara is an open source project. It's also relatively new that launched last year, but it's very powerful. And I really like it because it provides a lot of potentials for building geospatial applications that with bidirectional communication. Means that you can interact with the map, you can get the information from your user interaction, and you can retrieve information used for doing computation, and then you can return the result back to the map. It also provides native support for IPyWidget, so most of my open source packages are built on top of IPyWidget, and so many things will be supported natively by Solara. And it's open source. You can check out the website solara.dev. So this video we won't have time to look into the detail about how to use it, but there are lots of tutorial documentation on the website that you can check out. And also it's open source on GitHub. You can follow their lead developers Martin and also Isaki on they built this PyCafe. Is actually also allows you to use Solara to build web app. And so there are already some other options that allows you to build web app, for example Streamlit or Plotly, and Solara is a new one, but it's very powerful. And also here I want to give you some user cases why we want to use this one. So PyCafe is very powerful because it runs in the browser. That means you don't need a server. And I can give you an analogy. It's just like you use Google Docs for writing documents, and you can use PyCafe to write Python code, and then you can run it. You can share with anyone, and you can make changes. People are going to see that on the fly if you push the changes. And similarly, you can use Google Colab, but Google Colab is that you need to have an account to actually to write code and also execute. And also the computation is limited. So basically it's more like on the server side, you need to have a server to run the applications. And every time it's going to create a Python kernel to do that. It's not unlimited, but PyCafe is more like on the client side. It's living within your browser. So you can use it, be scalable. So it means if you develop something, you can send the link to anyone, thousands, tens of thousands, or millions of people. It doesn't matter. It's going to be able to run because it's using their own browser, and you don't need to install anything on a computer. All the packages can be installed just within the browser, and it's very powerful. It's especially useful for teaching workshops. So if you're teaching hundreds of people, thousands of people at the same time, or even in the class, I can demonstrate how to use the source code, and then you can execute and run, and then the student will see the same thing like what I'm doing here. So hopefully when I'm doing this, you will know how to actually to see the benefit of using this. So next, let's get started. You just type the URL PyCafe, and then you go to the website. So here right now you can see it supports two frameworks, the Plotly and also Solara. And I recommend that you sign up for an account, and this does require that you to use, for example, either GitHub or Twitter, or you can sign up, I think, using an email. So for me, I'll just sign in using my GitHub account. And once you have that, it's authenticated. So upper right corner here, you should be able to see your username and email here. So I'm going to click on my profile, and just to show you, I have some sample project. I tested today, and so you can see some of these in here. And let me show you just one app in here. So it's nice that you can see all the apps and all the preview in here. You can add the photo, and this is better than Google Colab. Google Colab, you just share the link, and it's difficult to search unless you search on the internet. There's no profile for individual person, and this is really nice. So all you need to do is to go to any profile. These are all public, so you can go to my account, for example, PyCafe/JSWQS, and then you can open any apps. And I really like it. This is more like the portfolio or the app that you build, and then you just click on any apps you like. It's going to open up. So this is the main interface of the app. So you're going to have the files, basically the file browser on the left side panel here, and also the source code, and you can also see all the file contents directly in here. And this one, you see the source code is not like complicated. I will show you how to get started later. And on the right here shows you the preview of the app. So you can see right now I'm building an app that you can view this one interactively. And once you finish building, you can click the link here. You can share with anyone. So you can just, for example, if you want people to see the source code, you use this one. Otherwise, you use the other one. So copy, and then you can share on social media. So I can just open, for example, in the incognito mode, and anyone can open this one. It's going to load in the first couple seconds. It's going to install all the dependencies, and it's pretty fast. So once it's loaded, you don't need to install. It's pretty quick, so you can make changes on the fly. You can just click the editor. It should be able to let you edit the changes. You don't need to log in, so you don't need to sign in. You can just run everything locally within your browser. And so just be patient in the first couple seconds. And once it's done, you should be able to like test things. And again, you don't need to install things on computer. You don't need to install pip or conda or anything to set up the environment. And it's pretty cool, right? So anyone can, as long as you have the browser, you can do that, right? So here I can click and then you can start doing the editing. And you can change things. For example, you can change the zoom level, for example, to 10. And here you can have the slow, fast, and off. And you can see it's pretty responsive, so you can make things change very, very quickly. So next, I'm going to show you step by step how to get started. And let me close it. And I'm going to go to my the PyCafe Cafe, the homepage. And so let me close out the other tabs in here. So if you're just getting started, you don't know what to do, you can just create a new one using the template. So I'm going to click the Solara, and oops, this is maybe just the case. So I think it's Solara view one, or it's using the URL. So let me, this might be about, I might need to report it. Hopefully, let me open this in a new tab. It's not supposed to get all the source code at the end in here. Let me see if we can, oops. I might need to clear the cache. So restart system. Yeah, I didn't see this issue before. Let me maybe go to my main account, my profile, and then create a new Solara project. Oh, it's redirecting to this one. Interesting. I may just need to clear the cache. So settings, and then let me cache. You guys should be fine. If you're just using it for the first time, I'm just going to delete all my stuff so that I might need to log in again. So, and I'm going to go to this again. Huh, interesting. Okay. So now, yeah. So now you see it's going back to, I clear all the cache. So now it's going to the template. So this template is different from the one that I showed you earlier, my web app. So the first time it's going to install the packages, as I mentioned. It might take a couple seconds. So this is basically the template. And again, on the left side here, you can see the directory. So we only have 2 files. Apps is the Solara web app, and the requirements txt. So this is where you basically add dependencies. So for me, for example, I can add leaf map and then just type it, and it's going to be showing you here on the right. Anytime when you add new dependencies to the requirements txt, you might want to restart the server. So I'm going to restart it. And so this is, you only need to do it one time unless you add the dependencies. Otherwise, for the source code, you don't need to reinstall everything. So at the beginning, when you start doing the development, just add some dependencies over there. Okay, so the package has been installed successfully, and now we can try out the app. So go back to the apps.py, and this is basically just the sample code. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Let me turn this one off. We don't need the console unless you see any error message. So from here, now I can click this button. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to use this, all the conditions specifying here. And for this specific for this app, I'm going to show you do some geospatial applications. But you can also check out a lot of examples, the Solara, and also the developer Martin here. You can check out his profile. It has a tons of examples. And you can just simply go any example you like, and then you can just copy and fork the repo. and then you can just start doing making some changes. So there are tons of examples here. Check it out. And so let's get started. I'm going to start using leaf map to build the web app. So I can remove all this just to make it simple. So I can just import leaf map, and as you're typing, you have 3 modes in here. Off, that means you don't want to make changes. So the slow means I think it's 3 seconds. After you type 3 seconds, it's going to run the source code. If it's fast, they basically on demand, half a second. So if you're typing very slow, just use the default one, use the slow, less better. And once you have this, now we can start creating variables. So usually, because leaf map is built on top of IPy widget and IPy leaflet. So in this case here, we want to create a map, and then so that we can use the map doing some interactive mapping. And I have some examples here on my Hugging Face. If you're interested in, you can look at my Hugging Face and see how it's being used. For example, Solara template shows you how to use that to build interactive web app, for example, here. And you can look at the source code pages, and inside here shows you how to use that. It's actually pretty simple and straightforward. So we're going to define a map class, and then inherit from the IPy leaflet, the leaf map class. And then from the map class, you're going to put inside here the element under the pages. And then from here, you can set the value, you can change the value, and it's become interactive. So anything you want to do with the map, you can add it as widget. So let me go back here and let's start creating the map class. So I'm going to just class map, and then so you're going to inherit from leaf map.map. So inside here, we can define init class init, and then so you can pass in any parameters supported by leaf map, and then just calling the super. So the super basically means we're going to use the leaf map to create a map, and then similarly underscore init, and then passing all the parameters yes, that's it. So this is the map class, and then within the pages in here, what we need to do is to have a map.element. So we can remove all this stuff here if we don't need that. So again, and then just inside here map.element. Okay, so the map.element within here, you can specify the map center, anything like. So on the right here, you can see right now it's showing the error. And so we can define some reactive components in here. For example, let's say we want to change the zoom level. We can set the zoom level to maybe to 2. And then also the center, okay, solara.reactive, and then parentheses, and it's a tuple. So for example, latitude, let's say 20 degree latitude, and then longitude 0 degree. So once we have this, now in the map elements in here, these are all the parameters that we can pass back to this map class. Basically pass to leaf map. So you can set, for example, center equal to center dot value. And similarly, if you forget, you can look at some of these things in here. It's very much similar. And then comma. After that, zoom equal to zoom dot value, and text arguments. Could not create a widget. What I'm missing here. TF. Huh? Am I missing anything here? Oh, okay. I forgot to put it here. So because it's a map class, so you need to put in self, comma, and then x word. Okay. So because we inherit from the leaf map class, and another error here. Interesting. Let me reboot the kernel. It was working fine earlier when I was testing it. So there might be something related to the installation or the case of the web app. Hopefully it works. Okay, now it works. So you can see we just create a simple IPy leaflet map using leaflet and leaf map. And this by default is using the dark mode. So if you don't like right now, some of the IPy widget doesn't work very well on the dark mode, so we can actually turn the dark mode off within the pages. So you can just type solara doc let doc sim doc dark and equal to false. So in this way, we're going to use just the light mode for this web app. All right. So once you have this one, you can see we can also print out. And here I can just say you can print out. The reason for this one is that I mentioned that it's bidirectional. So you want to get, for example, if you zoom in the map, we should be able to get the zoom value and also the zoom level and also the center. So we can just print out. And so for here, or not the print out, it will be Solara dot text, okay. And then within here, I can say center, okay. And then from here, you'll be center dot value. So basically, you get him from the center that we set above, and at the bottom here, you see center 20° and 0° longitude. Similarly, Solara dot text and F zoom, and similarly zoom dot value. So it should be able to update it. But right now, if I zoom in the map, you see here it doesn't really update it because we need to pass it back to whenever the map changes. You need to change the value, right? So it's bidirectional. So we can set the value in here. It's going to pass to the map. But if the map changes, it's going to pass back to the program. So what we need to do is to actually on center. So that means, and then it will be the center dot set. So this is the way to basically change the parameters. And similarly on zoom equal to zoom dot set. So in this way, so now whenever you change the map, the value is going to be changed. So let me see, zoom in and take a look. So you will see the zoom level, zoom in, zoom level 4, and this will be the latitude, this will be the longitude. And this is how the bidirectional works. And similarly, if you want to, the map by default, I think 600 pixel, I can change it a little bit higher, equal to, for example, 750 pixel, for example, and it should be able to increase the height of the map. And it's very responsive, as you can see here. When the map changes after 3 seconds, it's updated. And so next, let's do a little bit more. For example, I want to visualize some images. I want to, I'm focusing on some disaster management. I want to do some data visualization of some data. So you can do that easily in here. Anything you want to do with the map, you can provide information here. So everything built on top of leaf map. So let me show you how to do that. And in order to do that, we need to get some data. So I'm going to go to my GitHub repo to get some data, open Geospatial solutions. And I have some sample data set provided in here, data set, and under the releases. So here, go to the raster. And so I have some of this in here. I have the Libya flooding, okay, before and after. So what I can do is just simply copy the URL and then come back to here. So I can just provide, for example, before equal to double quote, the before the images, and also the after, okay, equal to. And so I'm going to copy this one again, right click, copy the URL, and then come back here, replace. So once I have these two URL, now I can add this one to the map. Okay, so what we can do here is to use the map class. It's going to be self.add cog layer. So this one be on top T-tiler, and what we need to do is provide the URL, and then we can say name equal to before. So this will be the layer name, and then self.add cog layer, okay, after, and then name equal to after. So what we are doing here is we add two data layers to the map. So it should be loaded, and it should be automatically zoomed to the layer. And take a look. So now we have this in here. So I have two images covering the Libya, and you can see you have before, after. You can also have this in here. If you want to add a layer control by default, we can just save .add, okay, double quote parentheses, and then layer manager and AGER. So in this way, the layer manager will be showing up in here by default. And so in that way, you can, yeah, so just like this, and it on and off, and I can change it like this. So I'm going to zoom in to here. You can see the damage of the flooding, and then you can change the opacity, something like this. Right. You can turn sync on and off. You can also add some additional data layer if you want. So for example, here I can say self.add, okay, base map. And so for example, I can just, if you want to add Google Map, I can say hybrid and oops, BRID. Then you should be able to add the Google hybrid base map on top of that. So now behind the scene, you see we have the Google hybrid base map. And it's up to you what information do you need. So this is just adding the layer, 2 layers, but you can also add a split map. So let me show you. We can just use this one, self.split map, okay? And so what you need to do is just pass in 2 data layer, before and after. So the layer on the left and also the layer on the right. And that's it. If you want to learn more information about LeafMap, you can just go to leafmap.org, and then under the API references, LeafMap. So here you can just search in here split map, or you can, if you know which module you're working on. And so the split map here, it has a bunch of parameters that allow you to customize. So you can click this one and left map, right layer, and also you can also provide a label, for example, before and after, and also add a close button if you want to. So go back to here. You see, now we have a split map, just like in here, exactly. And this is better than turning opacity, right? Left and right. And so I can add a left label, for example, left label equal to before, okay, and then the right label equal to after. That's it. And you can add a close button. That means if you don't need the split map anymore, you can change it. Okay, so zoom in and zoom out like this. So once you are, for example, in here, you can also, when you are setting the default map, sometimes if it is not zoomed to the area that you want, you can come here. You can see I can change the map view, and here you're going to see the center and also the zoom level. So if you want to go to when people open the map by default and it's zoomed to this location, you can just set this one. So I'm going to copy this center here, and then I can paste the value in here. You probably don't need this many decimal points. You can remove a little bit, and also the zoom level will be 14. So I'm going to change to 14. And so next time, whenever the user open this one, it should be usually within this map view in here. So now I can hover my mouse and left and right. So as I said, if you don't want it, I can just add close button equal to 2. Okay, so that means we're going to have close button, then you can close the split map. So all right, so this is the split map here. If I close it, you see we'll return it to back to the original one because we add the 2 data layers, and we also added the layer manager. But if you want it, you can refresh it. So it's going to reload that web app. And this is how you can build this web app interactively. And also on the left side here, you have the label. On the right, you can also zoom in, right? So pretty nice, and just very couple lines of code. And it's super easy because you don't need to, have a server. You can run it on your browser. And I'm going to sign in again using my GitHub account. And okay, I need to log in because I cleared the cache earlier. So now I need to open my GitHub Authenticate. Then once you log in, then you should be able to save this one to your this web app to your account, and then you can share with anyone. Okay, so like I said here, then let me see here, push. I think I should be able to, yeah. So here you can give a name. So earlier when I was testing it, you see the URL is random, but now you give you the username in here. So I can just change this one and then give to any name that you like. So I can say LeafMap Solara, for example. Okay, something like that, and just click save. You can also give a title, and one nice thing is that you actually use some AI, so you can actually give a title, something like this. Okay, interactive change detection map. Not really. So Libya, Libya, flooding. Okay. Oops. OD maps. Okay. Or visualization, whatever you like, and then click save. So this is going to show up when you share it with other people. And so for you, if you like it, you can just go to this URL and you can come here, just create an account and then fork this repo. Then you will become yours, and then you can start making changes on the fly. Again, you don't need to install anything on your computer. It just runs in your browser. And every time you've opened it, you're going to reload the web app. So next, let me quickly go through some other functionality that you might be interested in. So again, you can add new files in here. If you have another module, you can just create a new file, and then you can start adding the new content in here, and slow and fast. So if you want to make changes on the fly and then execute half a second, then you can try this one. Next, let's look at some of the buttons on the right. So this will be the link to your web app. So, and there's a button in here again. Take a look at this one, the push. That means when you share this one to someone, and then when you open the link, but if you make some changes, you want other people to see the latest changes, then you click this push, then it's going to refresh on your browser. So you can copy this one. For example, I can open this one in incognito mode, and then basically share with anyone. They should be able to open. Again, it's going to take a couple seconds. Once it's done, then they will see this. Oops. Restarted before running. Oh, this is I think some of the bug I reported to them earlier. They will probably be fixing that. But anyway, so like I said, it's scalable. We can send it like thousands or millions of people can run this at the same time. It doesn't matter because it's running on your browser. But it does use the PyCafe Cafe website to retrieve the source code, because these are all very lightweight, so it doesn't take a lot of storage space, and it should be pretty quick once you load web app. Okay, so there you load, and then on the right here, there's a couple more links in here. The second one here is share the app. So there's a couple ways you can do that. Project link, that basically means when it's opening up, it's going to showing something like this. Okay, so this is a project link. If you want just to show the app, so if you project link, this one copy, you can show the URL. So let me maybe showing here the differences between these different modes. Okay, so the first one, the project link, you'll be something like this. Okay, look at this. So just the same, you're going to see the same thing that I'm looking at here. The project, the app mode it's adding an app like in here. So that means it's just going to basically just preview the app. So it'll be like this. If you click this one, and this is just right now previewing the web app. So you're just going to see the map interface without seeing the source code. So I will lay it low. Again, it takes a couple seconds. And the next one, oops, I clicked too many times. And yeah, just like this. So if you want to share this on social media, you probably want to use the app mode, because people don't need to see the source code. They can just open it, and then they can load the web app, and then it just runs on their browser. And also, there are a couple more. The self-contained link is basically compressed. So you include all the source code. Again, I can copy this one. If you want to see what's inside, Control-B, it looks like this. So this is not human readable. You probably don't know, but it's basically embedding all the source code within this URL. Probably it's compressed. And similarly, if you want a self-contained link like this, it looks like this. So this is another way. Also, you can click the code snippet. So if you want to share the source code with other people without sharing the app, you can copy this one, and this can easily be pasted to, for example, GitHub. So you're going to have the back tick marks here, Python, right? So this is just the source code of what you see in here. And the last one is the embedded as iframe. So if you have a website HTML, you want to embed it, you can do it this way. So copy, and then again, you can get the sample code. So the iframe, this is where you can edit one to any HTML web pages. So I can show you here. For example, I can go to my homepage in here. I can create a new HTML and then index.html. Oops, maybe index2. Okay, and then I can right click. Then I can make some changes. So in here, the main, the header, and the foot, right? So all I need to do maybe just put this iframe within the body in here. And certainly you want to maybe change the map height to maybe 750, similar to what we did. Oops, 750 pixels or whatever pixel you like. Control S. And then, oops, save. Oops, Scott. So after that, you can put the HTML on any website. So I'm going to just double click and take a look. It's just loading the oops, retry. So anyone go to your website, and when you open it, it's going to load. So it's going to take first couple seconds, but it's really nice because people can try out things. If you have any interactive web app on your browser, people can try it out and then play with it without having to install anything on a computer. And it runs really fast. And so this is nice way that allows you to build and share web app with anyone. And again, and then after that, you can share on social media. You can embed it on your website. So right, so a couple seconds, and then nice. And you don't need a browser. You don't need a server. It's everything runs on the user's browser. And how nice it is, right? So you can share any data with any other people around the world. And next one is an icon here. So this one allows you to basically create a thumbnail of your web app, a preview. So click this button, and then you can start taking a click here to take a screenshot of this one. You can say allow, and it's going to take the center of this app map view. So once you have this, click save. Then your app right now now has a preview. And what you can do is go to your profile and go to my profile. And so this will be the one, you see, I will just add it, right? So, and this is the project URL, and this is the title, and this is the preview. So you can go to my website, and then under my profile, you should be able to see all of them. And again, once you have that, you can click again. It's going to open this one again, and you can start doing the coding again, and then share with anyone. What else? So for you, you can just fork this repo, and then it will copy that to your account, just like GitHub fork the repo. And so what I'm going to show you here is that after you build the web app, and if you add anything, you might want to push the changes. So this is, for example, right now, the app that if you already share with other people and you make changes, you want to rebuild it. So for example here, let me enable this one. Maybe I add the a Google Map, for example. I said road map. Okay. And it's going to add the Google, the road map, base map in here. And take a look, you can zoom out. So right now I have the Google base map and also the OpenStreetMap, right? So after adding this one, you need to make sure that you push the changes. Otherwise, the user won't be able to see that, right? So for example here, this is the same URL I open using the other window. And maybe I should open incognito mode so that you will see the changes, okay? So right now, if you open the link, the changes will not be reflected. It's going to be the old version that I created. So again, you see here, right now, I don't have that. It's using the, oops, not this one. Okay, so I'm going to open this one. So this is the one that we're working on. This back here right now. But as you can see, right, it's not updated. So this is the older version. So what you need to do is just to click this button here, push the changes. And after that, once it's done, you see it has been pushed, the changes have been pushed. So now if other people open the link, if I refresh it, you should see the latest version. Right, so now you have this one, so they will see the changes. And this is really nice because the link stays the same, but the app has been updated. So people will always get the latest version of your web app. Of course, sometimes if it is not the latest one is not refreshed, you might need to go to the clear the cache of the browser, in the browser, and then if you reboot it, you should be the latest version. So again, you see, it's very easy to use and it's very powerful, and you can try it out. And it's very nice for teaching, for demo, and so anyone can use just the browser to do cool stuff without relying on, for example, Google Colab, Baidu, or other web apps. So, and here, what else? And there's some additional one here. If you need to restart the Python, you can also provide some feedback to the developers. So if you find any bugs, you can send it in here. Other than that, that's pretty much. There are not a whole lot of complicated functionality. It's very simple, easy to use. You write the code, you preview it, you get the result, and then you share with other people. You can do iteration, you can continue to update it, and then other people will see the one in real time. So imagine that I'm teaching in class. I want my students to follow me. I can just create a sample template, and then they go to my URL, they can fork, or they can just open the same thing that I'm doing here, and then you can start following through. And whenever I'm finishing some steps, I can just push the changes, then refresh to get the same result. So this makes things so much easier. And the student can also play, add more stuff in here if they want to. And everything runs in the browser, no server, no account needed, and very cool. So that's all for this tutorial. I hope you find it useful. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.